Hello everyone, and welcome to the Gunpla Network for this special report on the new Master Grade Extreme 1100 Strike Freedom. We only got a little teaser of it in kind of the new inventive extreme stuff they're doing with it. We don't have a specific release date or price as of yet, but we thought it'd be fun to go over the little 2-minute teaser and kind of talk about some of the things they're doing, and if this video can be found over on the Gundam Info website, and you can also find over the next month or so a variety of different Gundam movies and stuff being streamed over there for their big, I think it's 2 million subscriber count on YouTube celebration. So keep an eye out for that. You can set reminders. I've already set a few, so be sure to keep an eye out. But let's go ahead and get this video started. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and mute this just to be safe. But let's go ahead and play. You'll notice a theme is going to be gold, because, well, it's the Strike Freedom. It's gold in her frame. I was very confused initially when I first saw this, because I thought there were going to be metal parts, but it looks like it's maybe just metallic injection plastic. I'm not 100% sure. There may be some detailing parts that are actual metal, but generally, okay, let's go ahead and pause it here. That's, I think, what we're looking at. But anyway, the Master Grade Extreme is a Master Grade high-end brand that pursues the extreme expression of the mobile suit under certain themes. This one, of course, being gold, as opposed to the previous Extreme with the unicorn being all lit and fancy and everything. By combining the culmination of Bandai Spirit's technology, different materials and stuff, so maybe some different textures of plastic or something like that. Maybe we will get to see some metal pieces. It doesn't really say through this, if I can remember correctly, but it is kind of cool that we get a variety, not just of different shades of gold as we get to see here, because this is fairly nicely put in front of us, but we get a bunch of gray as well. Some of this is going to pop through the armor, of course, that makes sense, but like the vents and these parts being gray, down here on the waist, down here on the legs, that's really cool stuff. You don't really get to see it, but with armor movement, maybe we will see some of that pop out and add a little bit of color and difference to the very, very gold inner frame of this model kit. Overall, looks really good. Looks a lot more like the metal builds than the first version of the Strike Freedom. They really want to make you notice the extreme point here. It's pretty cool, though. So it does say Master Grade Extreme Volume 2. Our goal is the highest metal expression in history. I don't know if they mean that in actual metal, or if it's just metallic finishes. Some of the gold on here does look kind of reminiscent of the first version of the Strike Freedom and the kind of cheese gold they used. There's a lot of other gold here that looks better, in my opinion, and I think this is a big upgrade. But I'm like almost 100% sure they're probably not going to put any real metal in here, because that kind of defeats the purpose of the metal build. Maybe they'll put some detailing parts and stuff, because like this could just be metallic, but maybe there's some like metal detailing parts throughout, like I think they point out down here later. But very gold. A lot of different shades of gold that they'll point out in a second, but just the metal expression is a very confusing expression. Is it metallic? Is it metal? We don't know for sure yet, but looking at it, it does very much look metal. So we get the kind of copper gold plating here. You get it up in the thrusters, which you don't really see. You get to see it a little down here, back here on the forearm. Looks like there's some on the inside of the forearm, but doesn't really look like you get a good, I guess you get to see a little bit. Front skirts and the waist, down here on the thighs, down here on the calves, down here in the feet. Pretty cool that they did decide to go this route with different coatings. So maybe this isn't injection, maybe it is just different coatings, which could make this a little bit more of a problem for nubs and stuff. If it's just coating, it may not actually hold very well. I assume they will, because they're making a big deal out of this, and it is kind of a big deal, so yeah, reasonable enough. You get white gold here, you get to see it's kind of more silvery with like gold hue to it. Does look really nice. I think it's a very nice little addition here and kind of helps blend the gray into the rest of the suit. And then we get to the yellow gold, the good old cheese gold as we've seen before. So we get to see it here once again, very much reminiscent to previous Bandai golds. Looks better, I think, in my opinion. Does look like there's progress. Doesn't look like marbling is near as bad. None of these pieces are big enough to really look like they have that issue. At least they're outward facing from the frame, so that's kind of nice. The variety is cool. It's kind of very real grade-esque in how they tried to do that. 2 different molding colors here, so maybe these are metallic as well, is kind of what it's pointing to. I'm a little confused by that, but okay, so etching stickers. I think this is something they kind of experimented on with the Perfect Rate Unleashed RX-78-2. It looks like we get to see them down here on the legs a little bit. So maybe these will be metal parts or kind of metally stickers, something like that. Kind of neat they're throwing this in. I mean, this is extreme in the amount of gold, sure, but also extreme in kind of what they're trying to do. I don't think we've seen a frame that is this elaborate anytime recently. I also like this little like render here. It's off, like, I just like that those are floating. I think that's funny. But like even down here, like you get to see those etching parts in more detail. Those look really good. It's really nicely detailed. This is very Unleashed Perfect Rate vibes. But once it gets all built up, it does kind of give me, like I said, metal build vibes in terms of its shape. Its design is much sharper, much more angular looking. We'll go ahead and pause it so we get a good look at it here. Got nice clear red pieces. You got some gold venting through here and here. Get those etched stickers providing a little bit more shine when the light hits them. Let's see here. You get some blue, which is kind of cool. Some green down there. You get a little bit more red here. Some of the gold sticking out once again. It just looks good. It just, like I said, it looks like a metal build. I think they're taking a lot of probably inspiration from that and making a really nice version 2.0, if you will, of the Strike Freedom. So worldwide full-scale release in spring of 2022. So pretty soon. A little weird they didn't mention this earlier, because I mean they have several, like 2 or 3 months to do this, and they haven't done it, which is kind of strange. But yeah, it looks cool. I think this is going to be a pretty big deal. Kind of diversifying what the Extreme brand can be as well is pretty neat. That allows us a little bit more room in guessing what we'll see in the future. I mean, is it LEDs? Is it new kind of gold coatings or different types of coatings for plastic, or maybe some different injections, or maybe a little bit of metal here and there? I don't know. I think overall very excited. I don't know that I would like to see all 2.0s go this way in the future. I think there's still a place for regular 2.0 master grades, but I think this is a good one to do it on. It's a very popular suit. There's a lot of weird gimmicks you can throw into it, like that gold, and just really go into a very sharp looking mobile suit to appease fans. But let us know what you think down in the comments below. Is this just a real big cheesy move, or is this actually really cool and inventive? I kind of think this is cool and inventive, but I think it could also turn out to be a little awkward in their handling of it. I think it's gonna turn out. I think it'll be fine. I think people will buy it in droves, but that's just me. Of course, like I said, leave those comments, leave a like on this video if you've enjoyed it, and of course check out our other content here on the Gunpla Network. I've been the Spicer here for the Gunpla Network. Please stay safe and stay tuned.